Here on Joe Franklin Remembers, somebody I remember very fondly, very vividly. I was an ardent, avid, fanatical fan of Bob Hope. Bob Hope was born in England, by the way. He came here as a young man. Believe it or not, he was a prize fighter. He used the name Packy East. Packy East was Bob Hope, but he went into vaudeville and did very well. And he lived till 102. I'll tell you what's amazing about Bob Hope. People forget that Bob Hope was the #1 box office star from 1942 to about 1947. 5 years in a row, he was #1 above everybody else. And Bob Hope emceed the Academy Award, the Oscar night ceremonies, for 25 years in a row. There's a little known fact. 25 now, they give you Billy Crystal, and they give you Whoopi Goldberg and David Letterman, which is nice, but there was only one Bob. He's irreplaceable as the MC of the Oscar night. And he was a very different. He was on my TV show once with James Cagney. They made a movie together called Bo James, based on the mayor, Jimmy Walker. And when Bob Hope danced on top of that piano with James Cagney, it was one of the most exciting, one of the most thrilling movie sequences of all time. Bob Hope was on my show many times. He was a great, great gangster. Once the teleprompter broke down in the middle of his TV monologue, and he actually on camera yelled at it. He said, "Why don't you do a better job about you do your teleprompter work better?" He was very outspoken. He yelled right on camera. Now Bob Hope, when he was about 100 years old, his daughter said to him, "Daddy, something I want to tell you. I want to ask you now, Daddy. When it comes for the final curtain," and he was almost deaf. He was almost blind. He was 100. He said, "Where do you want to be buried, Dad? Do you want to be buried in Los Angeles, Valhalla, or Beverly Hills?" Or, you know what he said? He said, "Surprise me." Analyze that. 100 years old, he said, "Surprise me." Once he was on my show, many times, but once he was on my show with the Newsweek TV columnist Marvin Kidman. Marvin asked me if I'm wearing a hairpiece. I said, "No, it's not a two-piece show." I pulled up Bob Hope. So I'll tell you one thing, Joe. If you're bald in the front, that means you're a thinker. If you're bald in the back, that means you're a lover. If you're bald in the front and the back, that means you think you're a lover. Which is I mean, the man was a great. He needed writers. I'll be honest with you, he did need writers. But I needed the telephone. Let me see if that's all. Hello? Who's that? Hello? Who's that? Nancy, we got a terrible. Call me back in 15 minutes. We're breaking up terrible. 15 minutes. I got a surprise, a big surprise. So, what do I want to say? And he was. Forgot the last thing I said, but he was an amazing ad-libber. But with the writers, 10 times more. He was known as having maybe 14 writers. He was nobody could deliver a line. Nobody could make a joke. And so far as the Bob Hope movies, with every famous leading lady back in those days, those movies, when they're shown on the classic movie revival channels, they, to this day, get gigantic ratings. And I will say, right now in public, long live the memory of the USO tourist who went overseas over and over again and entertained his heart out just for the soldiers. Nobody did more traveling for the USO than Bob Hope. We've been time traveling right here on Joe Franklin Remembers, and long live the memory of the great Bob Hope. Thank you. Joe Franklin Remembers. I'll be remembering with you, everybody. Jack Bendy, Eddie Gander, Al Jolson, Rudy Valley, Kate Smith, Bob Hope. Judy Garland, Mickey Rooney, the golden age of show business, Betty Davis, everybody. And I'll give you everything in the way of behind the scenes, behind the screens, what happened on stage, backstage, in various stages of their lives. And the most compelling, exciting, fascinating. I'm looking forward to doing it, and I'll be proving it with you and for your mommies and daddies, that everything old is new again. So be watching for me and Joe Franklin Remembers. Memory lane, as it was meant to be, the best of the past. The past is not passé, it will be reminiscing all through these next many, many years.